Part 1. Under the couch. In the cozy corner of a sunlit living room, there was a realm seldom seen by the dwellers of the house, a haven under the couch. This was the domain of a small, quivering ball of fur named Whiskers. To Whiskers, the world beyond the under-couch was a land of giants and thunderous roars, where every footstep was a monster and every shadow a specter. Part 2. The outside threat. Whiskers' world was shaken daily by the rumbling engines of passing cars, the clamor of footsteps on the pavement, and the dreaded ring of the doorbell. The mere crack of the front door opening could send Whiskers into a trembling frenzy, scurrying to the deepest recesses of his fabric-draped sanctuary. Part 3. A friend's bark. Occasionally, a friendly bark from the other side of the fence would penetrate Whiskers' silent chamber. It was Rufus, the neighbor's outgoing Labrador, inviting Whiskers to romp in the grass. But to Whiskers, Rufus' barks were like calls to a battlefield from which there was no returning unscathed. Part 4. The breaking point. The pup parents watched with heavy hearts as Whiskers' spirit seemed to wither. A once curious nose that loved sniffing out treats now shied away from both food and affection. It was clear that fear was stealing their precious pup's zest for life. Part 5. Discovery of We Active Warriors. One evening, Whiskers' parents came across a brochure for We Active Warriors. The words, transforming fear into confidence, caught their attention. They read about a unique approach that didn't just demand obedience but sought to understand a dog's emotional world. Hope flickered in their hearts as they imagined Whiskers not just living, but thriving. Part 6. First Steps. The first session was an orchestra of new smells and sounds. Whiskers, overwhelmed, clung to the shadows. The trainer, a kind woman with a gentle voice, didn't rush him. She understood that trust was a journey, not a destination. Part 7. A glimmer of trust. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, Whiskers began to respond. A treat taken gently from a hand, a tentative step towards the trainer. Each small victory was a ray of light in the once dark world of fear. Part 8. The breakthrough. Then came the day at the park. The world outside wasn't as scary anymore. Whiskers found himself intrigued by the rustling leaves, the soft grass under his paws. The fear was still there, but curiosity was beginning to win. Part 9. Learning to play. Whiskers discovered the joy of chasing a ball, the thrill of catching it, and the satisfaction of returning it for another go. Playtime became a time of joy, not fear. Part 10. The new friend. Rufus and Whiskers had their first real playdate. It was awkward at first, but soon they were tumbling and racing, with Whiskers barking happily. Part 11. Mastering the walk. Leash in mouth, Whiskers now eagerly awaited walks. Each step outside was an adventure, and he began to greet familiar faces with a wagging tail. Part 12. The first vacation. Their first trip was to a serene lakeside cabin. Whiskers was apprehensive, but the new smells and sights were exhilarating. He even dipped his paws into the lake. Part 13. The adventurer emerges. With each trip, Whiskers grew bolder. Mountains, beaches, bustling city streets. Each offered new experiences and new friends. Part 14. The happy camper. Camping became a favorite. Nights spent under the stars, days exploring trails. Whiskers ran with the wind, his fears left far behind. Part 15. World traveler. Now, Whiskers wasn't just a pet. He was an integral part of every journey. From hiding under the couch to eagerly jumping into the car, Whiskers' transformation was complete. He was not just any dog. He was a We Active Warrior. About me. Allow me to share a bit about myself. You know, they often say, if you want to learn something, you should teach it to others. Well, that's exactly what ignited my journey towards becoming a humble dog trainer dedicated to helping fearful and reactive dogs find peace. My journey began back in junior high school, and it's been a lifelong passion ever since. You see, I've always been naturally shy, fearful, and reactive myself. But instead of letting these emotions hold me back, I decided to use my experiences to help our furry friends. I've become a storehouse for understanding the world of epigenetic stress and reactivity, and I'm here to guide your beloved pups along the path to freedom from these challenges. Consider me their advocate, just as I've been my own advocate in learning the skills and strategies to overcome these obstacles to living my full potential in peace. My mission is to empower your dogs to live vibrant lives and reach their full potential, just as I've been doing on my own journey of self-discovery. Together, we'll embark on this wonderful journey of growth and transformation, making sure our furry companions lead happy and fulfilling lives.